just so everyone knows, we are going to conduct this. If there is a motion made, we will have a roll call vote wherein each council member will vote individually and give an explanation. But as I stated, we're going to stick very completely to the guidelines that I laid out. There was a note, there was a letter on your chair, and we're done. We're not going to have any more comment from public. This is a public meeting, an open meeting, but public participation is at my discretion. And based on the fact that we have had abundant discussion on this already, we could talk about it forever. We could have the endless commentary on this, and we're not going to do that. Anything else? No, sir. We're not going to have any further comment. Jerry?
I consulted your secretary directly after the last meeting.
I just gave you the instructions that we're going to follow.
I'm not with either organization. You're not going to
Okay.
have me the
Okay, and I just told you how we're doing this tonight.
I will take legal action, and I thank you for that opportunity, sir.
Thank you.
Yeah, I'd just like to take the opportunity to let each and every one of you know, those that have spoken tonight so far, I've really appreciated the conduct, the way you've presented yourselves. This has been a very difficult thing to come to tonight. I've been debating, like Councilman Palmer mentioned. It's been very frustrating to see the things that have been said in these letters regarding people, our neighbors to the north of us. I'm really saddened by this. As a council member, I ran to help and to serve this community. I made a statement back in February of why I was running, because I love the traditions and the heritage of this great town. I am thankful for those who have sacrificed much so that we can enjoy what we have today. It is our responsibility to keep moving forward, building upon the foundation which has been laid by those who have gone before. I believe the biggest issue, current issue, facing Taylor is the discussion of consolidating Taylor and Snowflake. Over the past 40 years, this issue has come up often, but never solidified into a joint, united venture. Like most issues, there are two sides of the aisle. As a councilman, I will see that both sides are heard. All the facts, the pros and cons, are voiced and written so that every citizen of the town has the opportunity to truly evaluate and vote according to what they think is best. On June 3rd of this year, I was sworn in as a council member. And it stated, I swore that I would support the Constitution of the United States and the Constitution and the laws of the state of Arizona, that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the same and defend against all enemies, foreign and domestic, and that I will faithfully and impartially discharge the duties of the office of town council member of the town of Taylor, according to the best of my ability, so help me God. And that's what I'm doing here tonight. I know there's controversy on both sides. However, it is up to the people of the town of Taylor to decide this, because it will affect every person that truly cares about this community. I love this community, and that's why I'm here serving you. But there are times when it comes down to, as a good old man, a good friend of mine has once said, now Jared, this is when I was running, you will have to have thick skin and be tough. Don't let anybody bully you around. You must stand firm in what you believe in. And what I believe in is that people have the right to vote, to voice their opinions, and to be given the opportunity to say what they really believe. Because it has been said that the majority, we haven't had a vote, the majority does not want to consolidate. Not to say that I'm totally for the consolidation. But how do we know that unless we do have a vote and put this to rest? One way or the other. It's got to be done, or else it's going to come up in another 10 years. And I strongly do feel that way. I think people should have the right to vote.
Thank you. I'd remind council that as we take a vote, individually, you will have an opportunity to explain your vote. So, if a motion is made.
Mr. Mayor, if I might, I just want to clarify, if a motion is made, the actual resolution, if you'll turn to it, if a motion is made in favor of going to a vote, you're going to need to insert names in the 4 blank lines. I understand that you have discussed that before in the poll, that the unofficial poll, people calling into the town, the majority of those names were Taylor Snowflake and Snowflake Taylor. If those are the ones you want to include, so be it. I just wanted to make sure you were all aware that those are not included before a motion is made. I would suggest those are at least included in the motion.
Thank you.
Mayor, may I? Just for clarification, I agree with Sterling that just from a standpoint of the calls that were received at Town Hall, the majority of the names were not Snowflake Taylor or Taylor Snowflake. Just a clarification on that. But I do agree that that is what's required if you're going to move forward with the petition.
Right. We did discuss those names in our last meeting. So, and I just, for further information, council, we will vote in myself first, and then the vice mayor, and then in the order that you came into the meeting tonight. And Kelly will have that if somebody makes a motion. Well, yeah, I think based on the explanations I've heard so far, we go with a vote. So.
Mayor, I make a motion to approve the Town of Taylor Resolution RES R 2009-07, petitioning the Navajo County Board of Supervisors to conduct an election on the question of consolidation of the Town of Taylor and the Town of Snowflake, communities sharing a common boundary located in Navajo County with a population of less than 150,000 persons, establishing the date of the election, identifying common polling places as established